Many of our patients have now started their own vegetable gardens as they realize that good nutrition is the key to health. The whole point why we went to KwaZulu-Natal is that Kim, the cameraman, is a member of the Oncology Awareness Center. It is an NGO specializing in promoting wellness through food, especially organic grown vegetables and fruit. He and the other members of the NGO share their knowledge with the local community, and their goal is that every home should have a vegetable garden. Well, the major problem we encountered when we went to work in the clinics was a high sugar, diabetes, high blood pressure. They go together. It got all to do with malnourishment. People spend their money in the wrong ways. They take sugar, they take cool drink, they take refined white mealie meal, and instead of eating the fruit and vegetables, the high blood pressure goes up, the sugar goes up, and you get all the different problems going with it. The same signs and symptoms, the headaches, the pain in the stomach, swollen knees, swollen feet, and eventually blindness are a result of an overuse of sugar. Sugar has got a very nice name these days. It's called diabetes. But when you come down to it, sugar causes sugar. Although the landscape looks idyllic, hidden behind this picture-perfect facade is the reality of poverty, unemployment and hardship. This point was driven home again when we met the 74-year-old woman. She was an uncontrolled diabetic and suffered from high blood pressure, which combined together is lethal. She had been confined to this small room for 5 years as she was unable to walk because of extreme swollen, painful legs and feet. Nice. On our next visit, her swollen feet had come down tremendously. Imagine for a few moments being her, even having to ask somebody for the bucket every time nature calls. Now imagine how she must have felt when she started walking again. To show us, she dressed up for the occasion and, watched by the neighbors, gave us a joyful performance. With our last visit, we were pleasantly surprised to see her do her own household chores, which she had been unable to do for the last 5 years. This lady was never short of words and had lots to say about everything. One of her complaints was that she still owed money to the hospital, although they had not helped her. We left behind a very happy woman with her life back. Due to the very high prevalence of sugar and high blood pressure in this area, we spent many hours educating people on the subject. During these so-called sugar talks, we make people aware of how much extra weight they are carrying around. Once they get over their surprise, it then makes sense that they suffer from all their various health problems like high blood, sugar, body pains, swollen feet, etc., etc. We explain that the body's biggest enemy are sugar and refined foods, and that living on a diet of porridge, meat, sugar, cool drinks and some alcohol will make you guaranteed sick. Instead, we tell people to eat wholesome food. Once people understand this, many change their lifestyles, like one of our ladies. Within 2 months, her sugar level had dropped from 20.3 to 8.2, she had lost 8 kilograms and her blood pressure had normalized. Although we held many sugar talks, not all of them were appreciated. These ladies were definitely not happy with this information. They argued that sugar gives you energy, as falsely advertised in the media. When he stuck to his point, one by one they stood up and left the room. Meanwhile, back at the hall, life continued as usual, with many sugar and high blood pressure patients getting well, as was the case with this gentleman.
When I first heard about this clinic, I was doubting it really. But now, I can see the difference. Before, I was a severe diabetic person. When I started using the stuff they gave me at this clinic, I feel much better.
We not only treated people internally, but also externally. Many people suffered from so-called untreatable funguses, oozing wounds that did not heal, and sores that were caused by malnutrition and had been walking around with them for weeks, months, and even years. Many people are suffering from shingles, an extremely painful condition as it affects the nerve endings, and the remedy is so simple. You only need 1 Disprin, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and 1 tablespoon of aqueous cream. Mix it together in a paste. Apply it to the affected area and repeat twice more if necessary. After 1 hour and 15 minutes of treatment, he was asked how he was feeling.
I'm feeling better.
What is important to remember is, why did you get shingles in the first place? It means that you're malnourished and that your body needs proper food again, because otherwise the shingles will keep on coming back. The next young woman we met turned out to be a very difficult patient to help. She had been very sick for 1 year, had not been able to walk for a month, while still suffering from severe pains caused by shingles, and had just started treatment for drug-resistant TB. She and her family had already accepted that she was going to die soon, so there was no motivation from her side or her family's to help her to get well. We knew she had a very good chance of making it, but to change the mindset from acceptance of dying to one of wanting to live is sometimes almost impossible. You have to try to reach their mind and heart, being either supportive and having empathy, or to ask them harsh questions. You try to break through the apathy and in that way reach their spirit and their will to survive. 7 days later, we found to our disappointment that her grandmother had misunderstood the program and had only given her everything once a day. Instead of being able to walk, she only managed to sit up. We prepared all the things again to make sure she understood this time. The next time we came, although she was walking, she was still very depressed. For the first time we could weigh her and were pleasantly surprised by her weight. When we saw the health status of the rest of the family, especially the young children with sores all over their heads and bodies, we decided to adopt the whole family on the program. This visit turned out to be the breaking point. She came walking in with a stick and had in fact deteriorated. Her sisters were not helping to prepare all the things, and she had only used 3 from 21 lemons for the week. You wanted to die? You wanted to die?
How many lemons did you give?
Then why are you doing like this?
I thought
They should have been finished.
Yeah, they should have been finished. We calculated it
It's
exactly.
18 now.
Huh?
Because it's 18 now. Left.
It was a relief to see that the message had finally sunk in and that the family was now fully supportive and hopeful. Most of her complaints had disappeared, except for her one foot, which was still swollen. It was time to laugh again, even about the bad times.
I know.
Looking nice.
Yeah, but you didn't get to finish.
Der ganze Kopf war voll. Yeah. You can see the eyes are a little bit darker as well.
Yeah. He's heavier.
Is it?
Kijk eens op zijn benen. African solutions.
Look, they're dry. The face is a lot better.
The hair.
She was improving by the day, participating in life again, and doing her share in the chores. On her last visit, she and her sister were sitting in the kitchen. She was busy taking the second portion of that day and was not cheating anymore. She was back in the land of the living. Nothing to complain? This is absolutely fantastic. The first time we saw her was on the 26th of October, and almost every question was yes. And very slowly the yes turned to no, and the last 4 weeks, the only yes is, are you happy? All the other ones are no.
She had sick for a long time, and she got a TB and also used the TB treatment. But now she's fine after using our treatment, Africa Solution, garlic, ginger, as well as olive oil and lemons. She's happy now because she's eating, walking, and do everything. Yeah. And she promised us she's never let down. And she's still using our treatment too.